Hello there.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ha ba 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 ba. Okay. Right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream today. Hello. So today is actually a kind of a special edition of World of Decorcraft. So if you enjoyed yesterday's chaos, then you will have a good time today too. Chaos actually hasn't even started yet. I have the chaos, but you haven't seen yet the chaos that the builders are currently experiencing, and hopefully I'll get to show you some of that today. All right. We do have drops active, and I think we can start today with a giveaway. We are going to be doing several giveaways today for Midnight Epic Edition. Now, this is for NA region, and so this will work if you're NA. We're going to do several of these. I have 6 codes to give away today during the course of the stream. So let's get started with this first one. So if you want a chance to enter, I mean, if you want a chance to win, obviously you can enter. If you want to enter, have a chance to win the first giveaway for Midnight Epic Edition, please type home in the chat. Now you need to type that in the chat right here in twitch.tv/ZeplaHQ. Monine, I have your entry. Night Coffee, I have your entry. So you need to type it in the twitch.tv/ZeplaHQ chat. We are doing a shared chat and a stream together today with the Warcraft channel. Thank you so much to the Warcraft channel for letting me take over your stream today. That is super exciting because I'm really wanting to tell you all about Decorcraft, which is my baby. You know, I have spent, gosh, I don't even want to think about how many hours I've poured into this project. But I think it's all worth it because y'all had a really good time yesterday. I saw that people are already starting to pick sides, pick who they're rooting for in our competition. So I'm gonna let this run for about 30 minutes. Oh my god, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. Don't worry. And then we'll have another giveaway in about 30 minutes afterwards. From now. Okay, so let's pick a winner. The first winner for today is Darko Sam. Congratulations. You have won, Darko Sam. I will send you a DM after the stream is over today, if you don't mind. So keep an eye out. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just send you it right now? Actually, no. I'm going to send it to you right now. I don't have to do that. I got codes. It's easy. Okay. Here is your code. Darko Sam. And thank you so much for entering. Is in your Twitch DMs. Okay. So. Anything else? Yeah. Okay. We're good. Yeah, so about every 30 minutes, I'm going to be giving away Midnight Epic Edition. So it's a really good time to just hang out and have fun here as I'm giving those away today and get access to, or early access to housing now. You can buy any edition of Midnight to get access to housing, but Epic Edition is, you know, it's got all the goodies in it, all the extras in it. Now, for today, as you know, I'm the host of World of Decorcraft and the organizer for this amazing event that Blizzard is sponsoring. I am, you know, I've come up with the idea. I made up the name World of Decorcraft, all the planning and like everything that has gone into this event. It's really my brainchild, all of it, like all the application stuff. So today, I wanted to maybe go over the format again for those of y'all who missed it yesterday, and give you a bit of a recap here in case you are a bit out of the loop. So, this is a reality TV style competition. It is more than just your average housing competition. We have 6 finalists, 3 Alliance and 3 Horde, which I will show you on screen right now. Yes. Oh, nope. That one's, there we go. Oh, it's all messed up. Let me fix that really quick. Okay, no problem. So yes, our finalists are chosen. That got a little bit messed up when I remade this overlay today for the solo stream. Zepla plays WoW. Oh my goodness, yes. Do you know that I've actually been playing WoW since 2004? That's a surprise. That's often a surprise for people. I raided Nax, I raided AQ, I raided Blackwing Lair, and I have been around for a very long time. But of course, yeah. A lot of people don't know that about me. Well, now you do. So for me, finally having access to housing is it's a dream come true. Moobot died. Oh no. So yes, as you can see on screen, you can see our finalists that are currently working very hard on this contest. We have 3 Alliance and 3 Horde, and they are already, you know, I'll have some updates for you in a second. But yesterday we did our kickoff where we met them, we introduced them, and our next episode, major episode, is on December 10th when we are going to go into their finished houses and judge all of the results. It seems like everybody was able to get the plot that they wanted. Did y'all have a problem getting the plot that you were after yesterday? It's easier if you're in a guild neighborhood. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed. If you're in a guild neighborhood, then especially if you're the guild master, because today our EU buns were waiting all day for me to be available to get into the game and start the housing district for us. But I love the fact that we can make the guild neighborhoods. I think the private neighborhoods are not something you can build yet. The chartered ones, I think that's something that's going to be coming later on, which makes sense. Okay, so going over here again, we wanted to do a brief little recap of our finalists and such, so you can look forward to the finale. So this is my character actually in game right now. Probably later today I'll get into my house and maybe try to build something cool. I haven't really done any building yet. I've been pretty focused on event stuff. And I did try to level alchemy a little last night. One thing I've really liked about housing so far is we're seeing people in all kinds of like weird, unexpected places in the map. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like, for example, last night, I needed to go get Legion alchemy leveled up so I can build a really pretty fountain. And I went to Dalaran, Legion Dalaran, and I went to the alchemy shop, and there's like 10 people in there. And that's amazing. I think that's something that's going to make housing really, really cool in the long run, is like, you're going to start to see life and activity in parts of the world that you would normally. I think it's going to be nice for if you're leveling up too, like to see people gathering random materials in like, you know, Duskwood graveyard, specific items that only grow in certain parts of the old world. I just think it's so neat. It kind of makes it feel more like a scavenger hunt when you're out looking for stuff too. Yeah. So the next thing it's day 2, you know, of early access, and I don't know if you've seen this yet, but this is already something that I found. Are you hopping onto the contestants' plot today? No, I won't be able to do that today. I will be meeting the contestants off stream. However, I do have some screenshots of a couple of contestants' plots that are very, very early progress. So I'll be able to show some of that to you today. As a reminder for who our finalists are, our first finalist is Jay the Bard, who is running really on pure inspiration. Jay Jay told me that. That's his words, not mine. When I asked Jay how he feels about being part of the contest when he does not have any building experience in any game, and he's just purely inspired and a very creative person. And he said he's just gonna roll with it. He's gonna like improvise and learn as he goes. And I love that. You know, we tried to, with the application process, try to pick people who would have different approaches. You know, we didn't just want people to all be really good builders, like all with tons of experience, because I think housing is accessible enough that no matter how you're coming at it, from whatever background that you have, you're going to be able to build something really cool. And so I wanted to see like different people come from different backgrounds in terms of their experience with this. And Jay is all, I mean, I know Jay has such a creative mind. And so I'm really interested to see what, I don't think I played this clip from him yesterday. Yeah, some of his actual real life bard stuff. I don't know if he's going to be playing music for us on the finale or not. That would be pretty cool. But do you know if there's any class themed decor? Yes, there is class themed decor, and it is mostly coming from your class hall. Yeah, so a lot of that is going to cost, I think, war resources from Legion stuff from the class hall. So you got to do your Legion class campaign. You've got to farm war resources for a lot of that stuff. You know, like a lot of the Night Elfy stuff that I want, that's from the Druid class hall. And so one thing that surprised me yesterday too was that our finalists are for the Alliance. I think all of them picked the spooky area. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that? I'm pretty sure that they have all picked the spooky area. This is Jay's plot area right behind this building right here. And our others, I'm pretty sure also did that. Evoker class hall. I think the evoker type stuff is going to be Dragonflight general type stuff. So I would assume, I'm assuming like Valdrak and Accord rep, that type of thing for them. Yeah. Is it retroactive? Yes. I mean, like, if you have the rep and stuff, if you have that completion, then you might already have it unlocked depending on what the item is. But I know, like, for me, I'm getting most of my progress done on my NA account from Legion Remix. So I'm not really in a rush for those. How can I build an ally house as a horde character? To build an ally house, you need an ally character. So you need to at least have a level 1 character that can physically enter Founder's Point for that initial Alliance home purchase. And then after that, you can use it on any character on your account. So just for that first purchase, you need to have an Alliance character for that. Are the keys going out randomly or for winners? We already ran the first giveaway at the start of the stream today, and we are going to be running another one in about 20 minutes or so. So sit tight for that. No Alliance character needed. You built an Alliance house as a horde. What? Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Wow, that's great. Cool. Okay. Well, anywho, I was doing a brief recap here of our finalists that we have for for our World of Decorcraft, and I wanted to kind of see where people are at with it. We talked about Jay a little bit and how he's a bard. You know, he has that NPC in the game. And do I have B-roll of it? Yeah, he's actually in the game. I thought that was really cool. Okay. Oh my goodness, did my camera freeze? I think it did, but we're okay now. We're okay now. Next person who is part of our finalist cast is Mav. Now, Mav has a good bit of experience with The Sims, you know, cozy games, Stardew, that type of thing. And Mav also has experience in WoW, going back all the way to Wrath of the Lich King. And she had run a RP PvP guild on Moonguard back in the day. And now she's doing a lot of cozy gaming, but it seems like, you know, with housing is so exciting, she is, you know, wanting to dive back into the game a bit more. Here is the plot that she's chosen. Like I said, you know, our Alliance contestants really love these dark and spooky plots. That is the plot that she picked. So yeah, that's Jay and Mav. Both picked the spooky area. And they were not assigned plots. You know, we told people you just go wherever you want to. Actually, this is kind of an aside, but it might be worth mentioning. I don't know if y'all saw this come up on Icy Veins yesterday, but there is now like data about what are the most popular plots and what are the least popular plots, like the best in quotes. So I said repeatedly that you know, the best plot and the worst plot is completely you know, subjective. You know, whatever is good for you might not necessarily be the best for someone else. But I actually have, right here, I wanted to look at this really quick with you. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. Yeah, this is it. So the best housing plot, not best, most popular. I don't think most popular necessarily means best. I don't think those things go together. But I thought it was interesting to see. I think when you look at data like this, what you really want is your plot to be at the bottom, right? The plot that you want, you don't really want that one to be popular. But the most popular plot is actually plot 21, which is at the top of that, it's at the top of this lake right here. So I can actually show you. I think I actually have footage of that specific plot. There's a cute little fairy circles around there, little baby deer. There is, yeah, that beautiful lake that's nearby. It's right next to plot 6. Plot 6 is on the bottom. And then above it, yeah, this is, so above this, like on the rock, on the hill behind the lake, that is plot 21. That's actually the most popular plot, believe it or not. Which, I mean, it's okay. I don't mind it, but I think there's other plots that I personally like more. It's right behind that fallen log. Oh yeah, this is a really good shot of it. So that is 21. Up there, very popular plot. Next most popular is plot 0, which is the plot actually that Jay picked. So I have footage of that one too. Yes. The one that Jay picked. Let's see. Here it is. Right here. I understand why Jay picked this plot because his concept is enchanted tavern in the woods. You know, and for him, that makes a lot of sense. He wanted it to feel like, you know, maybe you're lost in the spooky forest and it's dark, but then you encounter this really warm place that is welcoming, and it's like, it's a refuge, like a place for a respite in the forest. So I like that. I like this general area. a lot. So apparently so does everyone else, because it's very, very, very hype right now. It's plot 0. Plot 31 is the one up in the mountains, the mountainous area, which I think maybe I can just show you that a bit later. Yes, the broken loot, that's right, Night Coffee. Yeah, that was his plan. That was right. Okay, as for the Horde popularity, I don't see it on this page. I don't see it on this page. I'm not gonna try to hunt it down right now. But if y'all find it, you can maybe send me the link and I'll look into that, because I got other stuff that we wanted to get into. We also have another giveaway that we want to run in about 10 minutes-ish. So stay tuned for that. I personally wanted to go back here. I interrupted myself as we were chatting a little bit about Mav, who is the second contestant of our 6. You know, today, this being a behind-the-scenes type episode for World of Decorcraft, I wanted to first do a recap and then go into our apps that didn't make it, because, you know, we had over 300 people apply to this competition. I myself read through them all, and today I've prepared a few of them that I will anonymize, you know, people that didn't are not in the final 6, but that were really, you know, heartwarming and nice stories. So I'll get to that in about half an hour or so. But before that, you know, I wanted to do a recap, let people know what Decorcraft is, see if you have any questions for me, and also maybe go over the prizes a little bit as well, for what you can, what people are going to be competing for. Everybody's going to get 4 months of game time that is involved. We're giving out the sweaters, these really cute mugs. I guess I will end up getting the Alliance sweater for myself. That's actually in the Blizzard store right now. Second place is 8 months game time. Grand prize gets a year of game time and physical collector's edition. And grand prize also gets signed merch from the WoW dev team. So it's pretty amazing prizes that we're going to be figuring out who gets that on December 10th for the finale. But this is build week, you know, that's how we've set this up. The day 1 was yesterday with a kickoff. Build week is, they are hard at work, and I have some updates for them. Oh, do you have a message for me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. We have an issue. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Okay, there we go. Fixed. We had an issue with one of the moderator bots there, so it's all fixed now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, well, anyways, getting back to our finalist discussion. Mav here, you know, she is someone who snuck in Taylor Swift references to her app. She is someone who had a rant at one point about reddish brown cherry wood walls that are just everywhere and that are just not cute, not aesthetic. And I love the sass, you know. I think that's something that we're gonna want to see a lot of on the show. And so she is having a time this week. She told us in our app that she is going to be building for the girly pops, and she also said that, you know, she's a streamer, as you can see there at the bottom, the Mav Show. She told me that she has a dad energy to her viewers, which I also thought was pretty endearing. And she is a Sims expert. You know, I don't know how many of y'all have experience building in the Sims, but like I said, we're picking finalists from all walks of life, all kinds of game backgrounds. And in the Sims, you might have like god controls that you're not going to have in WoW player housing. So yeah, I grilled her on it a little bit during the kickoff stream yesterday, and I was like, are you sure? Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem, but you know, that maybe it won't. I think that the interest and what's going to make this competition compelling is those stories of struggle and hardship. That is, you know, that's what I care about. And I do have an update from her I'm going to share after we recap all of our contestants. Yes, goblin houses. There was actually one contestant who did pitch some kind of an idea for a goblin aesthetic. I don't know if that's how it's going to end up playing out, but that was actually Radish. So our yes, Radish here is our contestant that was pretty popular with stream chat yesterday. She has a very relaxing voice. Radish here. Yes, so this is another one of our finalists, and she had some pretty crazy ideas. Oh my goodness, hold on. She actually told me that her childhood dream was to be a mad scientist. And she really is like a MacGyver type character on the cast. You know, she's very good at cobbling together random stuff into something brand new. Here is an example of her concept. This is obviously this is footage from Gilneas, but we were showing it because she said that she wanted to build a town, not just a house. She wants to actually build an entire town, which, you know, I do think that she can. I believe it's possible. I do believe that it's possible for her to do this. Yes, I did make, by the way, I did make special little puppets for every finalist. So I have like, you know, lean. We have emotes for all kinds of different situations. I definitely had a good time setting things up for this event. I got one for stand guard. And if you're wondering how I did this, well, I'm actually using an add-on called Narcissus to make these puppets. And this is something that you can easily do too. Narcissus is an add-on that I've made a video about explaining how to do this and how it works on my channel Zepla's WoW Realm, which is my dedicated YouTube channel for World of Warcraft that is newish. You know, it's about a year old. I think we just hit the year mark on it. So, WoW can be like 14. You can buy out the whole neighborhood. No, you can't, because you can only have one. First of all, you can only have one Horde house and one Alliance house for each for your account. So you get 2 houses on your account, 1 Alliance and 1 Horde, basically. So the other thing that prevents that situation from happening is that once a neighborhood becomes full, the server automatically generates another neighborhood. So you don't have this scarcity problem that we are used to having in FF14. That's just not an issue anymore. But in terms, I brought up Radish here, and we were talking about the goblin exterior. You know, she had mentioned possibly doing a goblin exterior and then the inside being the part that is more like a town. I think I do actually have a screenshot of her work that she's done on the beta. Yes, so here you can see, you know, cobbling together a lot of different types of assets. This was really just quick and dirty, you know, early beta work, but I'm really excited to see what she manages. She did tell me that in the beta she had built a mad science lab where she had put this griffin in, into like a containment chamber and put purple lights on it so that she wanted it to grow big and be able to fly everybody around Azeroth. That is what she told me. She had a lot of really off-the-wall ideas, which I love. You know, she told me she wants to build a town with shops, apartments, and a park inside of her home, which is just so interesting. So that's, I think she's someone that it's impossible for us to right now predict what we can expect on the finale. Who knows with Radish? I definitely don't. Yeah. When are we getting guild neighborhoods? Guild neighborhoods are already in the game. Yes, we're about to start a giveaway. Guild neighborhoods are here already. And all you need to do is make sure that your guild master unlocks the neighborhood. So if they haven't unlocked it yet, then it won't be there. So it's up to the guild master to log in and handle that today as soon as possible. Now, as for our giveaway, let me do that. Oh my goodness, I got logged out. I better log back in. Because I would like to maybe later do a bit of decorating to see what I'm actually capable of doing. I can't say that I have the same kind of skill as anyone on our team. I would say that I'm more of a collector for decor type player. I'm more of a collector. I'm not as much on the... I feel like I won't be that good at decorating. But that is a-okay. Okay. Let me turn off this here. Get back to our screen for our giveaway. Y'all give me just a second. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, so if you want a chance to enter the giveaway, this is a fresh one, brand new giveaway. We're about to start for Midnight Epic Edition. Now, you will be able to use the code that I'm giving away if you're on NA. So be alert that it is for NA. If you want a chance to enter this giveaway, you should type... Type midnight in the chat. Type midnight, M-I-D-N-I-G-H-T in the chat if you want a chance to enter, win. I don't know why I say that every time. If you want a chance to win the Midnight Epic Edition, go ahead and type that in the chat. But you need to do it. Uh-oh. It's not working. Uh-oh. It's not working. Guys, stop. I'm sorry. It's not working. I messed up. Okay, now it's working. Now it's working. So if you I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it is working now. So if you if you put it before I said it's working, you need to type it again. Yeah. I will let this go for about 1 minute. So thank you very much for patience on that. Okay, great. So we have talked so far in our recap of Decorcraft about Jay the Bard. We talked a little bit about Mav of the Mav show, and we talked a little bit about our Australian finalist, Radish. And so those are all really, really different characters. You know, that was one of the things that made this so difficult to cast was, you know, I wanted to make sure that we hit on as many different kinds of people that are coming to housing and excited about housing as I possibly could. You know, we, with Radish, you know, I don't think I mentioned this today, but she actually ran a player housing blog for Rift back in like 2012. And when I went on that housing blog, I noticed that she had built a nativity scene where she built a crib in the nativity scene out of monster ribs. And that's so crazy. That's like, it's a health code violation. You know, that's insane. She's our chaos element. And so she had all kinds of, she was like, oh, maybe I'll get plushies and like build a torture area. And we're like, whoa, 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 back up. But she's the sweetest person. So, but she's the sweetest person in the world. It's so funny that she's like this with her decor. She's probably one of the nicest people ever. But it's like cottage gore aesthetic, you know. Okay, let's pick a winner. The winner for Midnight Epic Edition is Taz Devil 33. Congratulations, you have won. Taz Devil 33. Please look into your chat here, your Twitch chat. Let me send you the code right now. Taz _ Devil _ 33. You are our winner. And we can do the next giveaway 30 minutes from now. So maybe give me a, if you can, if a mod can ping me about that in about half an hour from now, I would really appreciate it. Yes. Okie doke. So, back here. Oh, back to it. I was just talking about Radish. And yep, our chaos element, our mad scientist character. You know, that's very different from Jay, who is our, you know, fairy friendly bard, who a lot of us know. Like you might remember Jay as a person who has been performing live at BlizzCons, someone who is pretty active in the community, and you know, no building experience. And then we have Mav coming from Sims, coming from Stardew Valley, and then Radish, who is our MMO old guard from Rift experience, which is just, it's so cool. I think it's so cool. Okay, so next up in our finalist list of characters in our cast, I don't think we've talked yet about Puffin. Let me pull up his card here. Puffin. Yes, so Puffin is one of our Horde contestants who is pretty much a Horde loyalist, I would say. You know, very into troll aesthetics, is a rogue main, and who is pretty interesting on the cast because he's actually coming from a Roblox studio in terms of building experience. You know, that Puffin is a Zoomer, was born in 2003, and I gotta tell y'all, when I did our pre-screening call with Puffin, I was, woo, like, I mean, I started WoW in 2004. Okay, when I started WoW, he was 1 year old. This is really upsetting. He was still learning object permanence at the time when I made my first character. And I'm like, I'm not okay about yes. So, like, I remember Thoughtbot, okay, he made me feel really ancient, but at the same time, I felt like it's so good to have that new perspective. It's so good to have that new perspective in WoW, and people that are excited about housing coming from Roblox. You know, it's fantastic. But apart from that, he also had a really, really heartwarming story. I don't know if we really got into it as much as I maybe wanted to on kickoff. We'll probably get more into it on the finale on December 10th, but he had a really beautiful way of like discovering World of Warcraft in the sense that he inherited it from his dad, because he told us about how he was watching his dad do the progression rating in Ice Crown Citadel when he was just really small. And he was too young really to play or understand what's going on, but he would watch his dad tank in ICC, and he you know, it was always part of his life, his entire life. His dad was like seriously into World of Warcraft and played all the time, and so he grew up like watching it and like wanting to be part of that. And he told me that whenever he was finally able to buy his own World of Warcraft account, he was 16. It was when the first time he was able to like get his own subscription. It was when he was 16 years old. And he told me that he started in Shadowlands, guys. Shadowlands. I can't really tell you how it felt for me talking to him. And he's like, well, hold on, I finally got enough money. I got a job, you know. I got into this Shadowlands expansion. I'm like, dude, that caused me serious psychic damage. It just made me feel very old. That's all. Because for me, it's like I thought Shadowlands was 1 or 2 years ago, right? No, it's like it's almost 2026, guys. It's almost 2026. I really can feel myself turning into dust. Another thing that I could see S-Fan's soul leaving his body on the stream yesterday. Whatever. It was Puffin's like, yeah, I love Shadowlands. He's like, that's my favorite expansion. I love Bastion. S-Fan's like, oh. I think it's, you know what? I think it's refreshing as hell because it makes sense. It's your first time playing WoW. You're so excited about this game that you've grown up with. You know, you finally can do it. Bastion looks amazing. I mean, I totally get it. I understand. So, I don't know. It's just very funny to have that different perspective. And you know, also, I learned some new things talking to Puffin. I've learned about Roblox Studio. Like, I didn't know what that was. I've played Roblox with my niece, and I thought that it was just like, okay, this is a game where you can build little worlds and hang out, and like, we did this like, we'll walk around the town and there was like role play elements and stuff. That's what I thought Roblox was. But he actually told me that he builds obbies, towers, like really multi-level complex tower structures in Roblox Studio. And I'm not able to show those visuals on the stream. But I'm allowed to talk about that. I can tell you those things are very complicated. They are like, you know, he's building platformers, you know, there's like platforming logic you need to think about. There's, he has a really deep understanding of 3D space. So he has a genuine shot at building something incredible. And it's just so cool. I want to see it. I want to see what he does coming from that background and that perspective. And he clearly does have the love of World of Warcraft too, you know, just coming at it from a way that we're not used to hearing about. I think most of our contestants have like 20 years of experience in the game. Okay, like 10, 15, 20 years is the norm when I'm talking to was talking to many people. So it's been really cool. I think he might understand the platforming logic in a way that the cozy decorators might not as much. So. And also, guys, like, we need to welcome in younger people into the game. Like, I don't want to build a retirement village. Okay. Like, I was like, hey, maybe don't build a jump puzzle because my back hurts. Anyways. The giveaway is not running right now, guys. It's gonna run in like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, I think. Yeah. But yeah, anyway. He did say that Shadowlands was his golden era. He had another really hot take. Do y'all remember what that was? I'm under 30. Is that young? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, but there was another part of Puffin's story I wanted to tell you. I don't know why. I got hung up on Roblox. The other thing about Puffin's story that was really heartwarming and that was worth mentioning in the recap today is that about his dad, you know, when I was doing the pre-screening interview with Puffin, I was like, hey, so is your dad going to be critiquing your build? Is your dad going to be present? And he was like, no, like my dad, you know, he doesn't, probably not. My dad, you know, he doesn't really play that much anymore. But maybe, you know, if I could tell him that I got into this competition and then maybe he'll want to maybe check out housing. Guys. Yeah, when he said that, I don't know. I thought it was really sweet. I hope that happens. Yeah. He said he wanted to build a trophy room. This is just an example. I think this is the Hunter's class hall, but yeah, something like this, I would imagine, I think is his general concept. He wanted to build like a hall of memories, is what he's called it. Memories of his time so far. So that is Puffin. Yeah, no, it's cool. I wanted to cry today. I know. That is Puffin. Really, really interesting. Very interesting and different story, different perspective. Okay, and our next... Wow, I'm running out of time. How for this segment. How many people do we talk about? We talk about Jay. Mentioned Jay. Mentioned Mav. That's right. Puffin. Yes. And we talked about Radish too. Okay, so that leaves us Cyanide and Eden. So I'll tell you a little bit about Eden next. Oh. Eden. There we go. Again, picked a spooky area plot. All of our, yeah, all three Alliance contestants picked the spooky forest. All of them. She picked the creepiest part. She picked the cemetery plot, the actual cemetery by all the tombstones and stuff. Just insane. I think if I were in this competition, if I were competing, Eden is the one I would be most terrified of. Like, no cap. I would be so afraid. I would be so afraid to fight go up against Eden because here's the crazy thing about Eden. She started playing WoW in August. Okay, like, do you realize she literally, it's been what, 4 months or something? She literally just started playing the game. And she has spent 8+ hours a day on the grind. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is her spreadsheet that she showed me. This is her spreadsheet. She has a spreadsheet where she has been obsessively farming and grinding 8+ hours a day every single day since she started playing WoW in freaking August. Okay, like, do you realize how crazy that is? I think she told me she had unlocked 870 different items, housing items already. Nobody has the grind set that I've seen from Eden. Really. Actually, what's funny, we showed this spreadsheet on the kickoff stream yesterday. And Annie's like, so tell me more about this spreadsheet. Can you share it? We all know how Annie is. If you don't know how Annie is, Annie has every achievement in the game, okay? So She's like, oh, is that a spreadsheet with like stuff to check off to obtain? It's like completionism gene activated. So yeah, that was really funny. I will try to see if maybe we could like, I don't know if there's an add-on that exists for this yet, but I think it would be pretty amazing to get something like that together. I do have some screenshots of builds that she made in the beta. This is an example of a build that she's done. Now, she's actually from FF14. That is her background. Eden was making, she was actually being hired through guild commissions to decorate people's houses in FF14, which is pretty impressive. And if you come from FF14, if you've played FF14, obviously I know a lot about FF14, but if you know anything about the housing system, this style is so recognizable. Like, it's such a specific and like clear FF14 modern, cozy, or like open concept modern type house. This is from beta. This is something that she built in the beta already, and she told me that she was having a little bit of a hard time with the WoW blocky, like spiky dirt type like rustic assets we tend to have a lot of in this game. Trying to take that and turn it into something really sleek and modern is not that easy, but she is doing it. Yeah. So yes, the other thing is she loved the way that housing works in World of Warcraft, because if you don't know, in FF14, like, we have to glitch items, we have to take advantage of you know, creative methods to float items well, to like move things around the z-axis freely. It's very, very difficult to do that, and to do it you need to be able to glitch items and a lot of patience, and in some cases people turn to third-party tools for that. But in World of Warcraft, one thing that she loved about WoW housing is that you do not have to do any third-party tools to build what you want. You know, you can actually just use the advanced mode. I love that they've made advanced mode, and I can also tell you that, you know, I met the housing devs in May. I was at the housing summit at the Boston office in May, and the devs that were working on housing at that time, I could see that a lot of them have extensive background in other games, and they've taken that knowledge into how they build housing so that it would be, you know, pretty intuitive out of the box. And I think that it is. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to introduce you to Eden, who is a hustler. You know, she is on the grind set. We respect the grind. I definitely do. So we'll see how she's doing. I don't know if I have an update from her yet. I'll check after the end of all the, you know, introductions to see if she has any update for me. But I don't think so. One last person that we wanted to talk about that is on the finalist squad is Cyanide. Cyanide here. Can you see him? There we go. Yes. That is where Cyanide's building, by the way. That is the, what I call the Ajara type lowlands plots. Cyanide is very, very much about his guild. And I think what he's taking to the competition that's unique and that's really different is that, well, first of all, he's a competitive raider. His guild, Libra, briefly hit the top 3 in the recent race to world first. So I think that's really interesting. We're gonna have somebody in the housing competition who is 100% approaching this contest as if it were race to world first. Like, he really is. I talked to him a little bit, and I think this is the most hilarious thing ever. Because it's a house. It's interior design. I actually asked him, I was like, are you relaxed? Is housing relaxing for you? And he's like, yeah, because really that's, if you like competitive raiding, optimizing stuff is relaxing for you. Finding the most highly efficient way to go about something, that is how you relax. He told me that he has experience with Factorio. And as you're going to see in the next segment for today, we had quite a few people applying who have experience with Factorio. And who come from those like very logical, factory-minded approach to building. Which is, can you build a house in Northern? No, you basically can only build a house in the Alliance area, which is called Founder's Point, or the Horde area, which is called Razorwind Shores. And there are no other neighborhoods available yet. That's it. Yeah. Min-maxing housing. Oh, let me tell you, he is, because... Let's see if I can get this on screen. I asked him, you know, where do you want to build? What plot do you want? Because we just let people pick. And at first he said that he liked plot 46, which is playing right here on the screen. It's next to these beautiful waterfalls in Razorwind. But this is the crazy thing. I'm still shook that he said this to me. He said, you know, it seems peaceful and beautiful by the waterfalls, has the dock and fishing area, but as a GM, I feel that something more centralized and close to the action is better. I'm choosing plot 21 due to its proximity to the central area, so anyone in our neighborhood can always see a house that's active. It's like... he really optimized housing. He really optimized his plot. So instead of picking the one that he thought was beautiful, he instead decided to go with plot 21, which you can see here now, because sorry. He min-maxed the pathing, you know. The pathing efficiency is suboptimal in the other plot. And this one is better for efficiency. It's a strategic choice. So I asked him if plot 21 is this. And he said yes. He picked the plot with the highest foot traffic metrics on it. So I thought this was extremely funny. And, you know, he's been guild leader for Libra for 15 years. 15 years. Leader for the same guild. A lot of us have played for 15 years, 20 years. Few of us have stayed in the same guild for that time. And even fewer have led the same guild for that entire time. So he must be doing something right if all these people are so happy for so long. And one thing I wanted to say about Cyanide is, like, what's so cool about what he's bringing to housing? He's showing it's social. This is a social feature. It's not like a garrison. This is a place where everybody can hang out. Everybody can meet up before the raid. Everybody can, you know, work together and build together. And they are helping. They are gathering right now and really treating this competition as a team effort. But I thought that was really heartwarming and sweet. Yes. So, yeah. He originally wanted to do the guild hall concept, I think, but I think instead he's going to be doing, it is a guild hall, but instead it's going to be more horde aesthetic. So like horde fortress, industrial factory, I think is the goal, like a war fortress for his guild. So that's going to feel really different from the other ones that we've talked about, right? And I hope it's going to be, I know it's going to be good, actually, because he's going to optimize it. I told him, I was like, yeah, okay, you got 7 days. You got 7 days to optimize your fun. So, good luck. Yes, I made, another thing about Cyanide, I noticed He's always hovering. He's been playing a priest this whole time. Shadow priest. So I put him in a shadow form for his little puppet on the screen. I put a lot of work into these puppets, guys. For the show. I hope that you appreciate it. Did I go a little over the top with the puppets? Yes. This took me so much time. Maybe if I didn't build so many freaking puppets, then I would have slept the night before kickoff, but it is what it is. It was worth no regrets from me. I was like, how about I meditate? Because I know you want to be, you know, you're hovering a lot. Is this working? He's like, it's fine. I was overthinking it hard. Very, very much. I like the spell casting one the most. You can do all this in Narcissus, though. You can put your character on a green screen. You can record them and do all kinds of fun stuff with your character. I was thinking maybe this is something we could keep doing in the future for like transmog contests and stuff. Just a thought. Anyway, our last finalist that I wanted to introduce or reintroduce for those of you who have seen kickoff yesterday is wait, we got up to everybody. Actually, we got to everybody, didn't we? Jay, Mav, Eden, Puffin, Cyanide, Radish. That's 6. That's 6. So, do we have any, you know, do you have any favorites yet? Now that we've gone through all 6, are there any that you're really, really rooting for hard? Jay the Bard is here. Mav. Oh, there's Mav. Here. Jay. Is here. Eden. Our hustler. Oh, where's Eden's puppet? There we go. Puffin. Our Gen Z. Zoomer. And Cyanide, who we just talked about, so that should be very fresh in your mind. Here. Oh, Cyanide. Did I just break all my puppets? I was talking about my puppets, and I think I might have broken the puppets. It's okay. There's Radish. I might have. It's very possible. Yeah, I think I did. Oh no, it's good. Okay, no, I fixed it. This is a new setup, you know, yeah, okay, we're good. I'm learning so much. So, any favorites? What is even going on? Well, I am giving you a recap of what the big event is that I have been working very hard on for the last month and that we had kickoff for yesterday. It is World of Decorcraft, which is a housing competition that is in a reality show type style. We introduced the finalists yesterday. Today, I wanted to give you a little recap before I talk a little bit about the behind the scenes process for this event. That is 100% my, you know, my baby, I guess you'd say. I have done so much prep work and planning and everything for this. And, yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody knows who is competing because they are in the middle of build week right now. So here's how it works. Yesterday, December 2nd, it's kickoff, which we've done. Right now, we are in build week. So they're hard at work on their builds, as a lot of y'all are. And then December 10th, which is this upcoming Wednesday, we have here we go, finale. And on the finale, you're going to see a little clip of their struggle that they're having right now. And then we're going to see the final build. I will be joined on the finale December 10th with S-Band and Annie again. They were there with me yesterday, and they will be back tomorrow also. So I'm really excited, of course, to see how it pans out for everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to see if we had any favorites, or is there anyone that you're worried about so far? Is it time for a giveaway? I think so. Yes, it is. Okay, let's get this going. I appreciate the reminder because I'm yapping about Decorcraft, which is something that's that's a big part of the stream today. So let me start over for the giveaway. If you want a chance to win Midnight Epic Edition, type epic into the chat. The new keyword for this one is epic. E-P-I-C. Type epic in the chat. Now it's for NA only. This is an NA code. It was not going to work if you are you. So just as a reminder here, I'll let this run for about a minute. And while you're entering, let's see if we can do any quick check-in for our finalists. So we've been over the review and the recap for who is participating in Decorcraft in Build Week. But let's see if we have any updates as of today on the struggle. Okay, I have 3 updates. All right. Some of these are pretty funny. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Oh, jeez. Let's see. We have a lot of cry for helps. That's what I can tell you. Let's start with Cyanide's update. And he's just sent me. I think I got it loaded up here. In Cyanide. Cyanide struggle, that is. Okay. Let's see a picture. Update 1. Can you see that? Yes, this is the update photo. What does Cyanide have to say about this? Cyanide says... actually, first let me pick our winner for the giveaway, and then we'll get into Cyanide's update for Build Week. The winner is Cadrius. Congratulations. You've won, Cadrius. And if mods could ping me again in 20 minutes from now, I would appreciate that very much. Okay, Cadrius, let me send you a DM right now with your code. Give me just 1 second. We still have 3 Midnight Epic Edition codes to give away today. So we'll do the next one in 30 minutes from now. 30 minutes from now. Okay, Cadrius, let me write you. I have sent you your code, Cadrius. Please look in your Twitch DM where you will find it. And if you did not win, sit tight. We will do another giveaway in half an hour. Yeah. Why is that house making a face? Is it? I don't really see it. I don't know. So the update from Cyanide we can finally get to. He says, vibe check. Cyanide. Life is good in Razorwind Shores. I'm getting settled in at 21 Libra Lane, and I can't complain. Here's another pic. The guild is dividing and conquering regarding decor. Crafting to flesh out our horde stronghold. I'm experimenting with how many points of interest we can squeeze onto the plot, and I'm blown away at how robust the housing tools are. Here's another picture. This is insane. What are you building? Are you building a portal to the Void Storm? The Void Storm is not in the game yet. This seems dangerous. What you are building. Okay. What else did Zionide have to say? Zionide says, while most of my housing time has been spent ushering guildies to their dream plots, I'm super confident about the future of the competition. Super confident, you say? Oh, really? You see a face on the portal. Oh, okay. Okay, I kind of see it now. Void Lords incoming. He might summon in Void Lords to help him with his build. That seems pretty ambitious, but Cyanide is not worried, apparently. So, yeah, good luck. Best of luck to Zionide. Any other midweek or early week updates? Let's see who I got. What do y'all think? Do you think Zionide has a chance to take the grand prize? How are we feeling about Zionide's chances based on what I've shown you and what you've seen? Are you feeling confident? I mean, he does have an entire guild to help him gather materials and stuff, but that can sometimes be a problem because what if everybody is competing with ideas? What if different people have different concepts? What if somebody has a problem with what you're doing? What if there's so many things that can go wrong the more people that you introduce into the situation. So we'll see. We will see. About to get a 5th war? Yeah, maybe. Then there's the Void Lords you have to worry about. Okay, so that's a Zionide's update. Next up, Eden has an update for us. Eden says, hey, I'm in the same boat as a lot of the others, realizing how much crafting items actually is with the lumbers. Oh my goodness. Oh, do we have a photo? We do. We do. So this is her previous build that I've shown you. Oh, we got 2 Edens on the screen. Okay, let me fix that. My bad. Yes, I do have the update picture. Here it is. For Eden, what she is working on right this second. Let me fit it to the screen a little better. There we go. Wow, that's beautiful. That is gonna look really good when she's all done with it. She says, and the prices on the auction house right now are crazy. Crazy. So I decided to fork the crafted items and just mess with what I already have. So, okay, so we're not using any crafted items because it's too much lumber farm. So far I've been experimenting with window aesthetics. Can you see that? Okay, now you can. Who knew flipping them would give a cool glow? I didn't know that. That's actually a really good tip. And making them transparent or see-through. Oh. Also made a TV, I think. You can see that on the left. Very cool. I am really hoping crafted items will either go down on the auction house throughout the week, or I'll unexpectedly have time to grind lumber for a few items I really want to use. Okay. Well, grinding, is the lumber grind that bad, guys? You said you are Lightbound Mud says they're farming lumber on the side right now. So you're watching the stream and farming lumber simultaneously. So you answered my question, I think, with that. Yes. Okay. Yes. This for the horde. The horde of lumber, you mean, is painful. Did you just say grinding wood? Yes. The grinding the wood is hard. Yes. Okay. We gotta be careful with our jokes. We're on the Warcraft stream, guys. Anywho. Next up, our next update is actually from Mav. Mav has an update for us, I believe. There we go. Mav! So, here's what Mav had to say. Too many baseboards, not enough nails, in all caps. I've been questing the most and shopping / unlocking more parts of my house. Still level 2 in learning how to chop for lumber. Sweating and throwing up. Okay. But mostly fine. Other than all the red cherry wood everywhere. Wow. Okay. That's funny. Yes. Okay. Well, Mav is sweating and throwing up, but mostly fine. So that's good. And yes, right now I'm showing you the plot that Mav chose. That's plot 6, which is very close to the most popular plot according to the data that we've seen in the game. The most popular plot is the one right above that lake that you see here. This is a river that flows out of the lake, and I was really surprised by just how popular the spooky forest plots are in the Alliance area. I like the spooky forest, but I think I prefer the coast. I'm a coastal girly. I really like the remote feeling plot far out on the coast. I think it's plot 24 is the plot that I personally chose. So yeah, that is the update here from Mav. That was really, I wish you luck. I hope that y'all get all the lumber you need, because that seems to be a recurring theme based on the updates that we've gotten so far today. That we're really having the struggle with the lumber grind. Yeah. Farm plots are severely underrated. You know what? You are so right about that. In fact, let me show you. This is the Golden Forest area. That's the farm plot. Well, no, that's a smaller farm plot that's in the Golden Forest. But I actually have some... Yeah, this is farm plot right here. It's right next to the... It's a beautiful farm in the Alliance District. There is the little gazebos. There's the farm to the right. There's these windmills. There it is. Isn't that so beautiful? That is the tulip garden that you can live next to. So that's... I do think that's a pretty underrated... Yeah, right now I'm showing you the winery. Here's the winery. I don't see too many people talking about the farm plots, but they, you know, you got the sea view. You are up on this little hill. You've got cows. So maybe if you're Taran, Maine, you might. Well, of course, there's Razorwind Shores. I found that Razorwind Shores doesn't have that many like really grassy areas. I think the grassy areas are on the top of those bluffs. Actually, we can show you. We have, you know, coastal spots. We have the Ajara Forest, which is sort of a, you know, we have Durotar type plots. We have the Barrens type plots, that's desert look, which are, you know, is all very beautiful. Sandy oasis type plots. But in terms of like feeling like Mulgore, I don't know if we have a ton of that. Now, this obviously is grassy. I think this is a really neat plot right here in the Horde district, just to have your own little grotto, your own little like swimming pool all to yourself with that huge waterfall behind it. And the cool thing about the Horde District is all the hippos that are everywhere. And I think that's a bonus. There's a baby salamander. And especially if you are there at sunset, you'll find that it is really unique coloration of the skybox in the Oasis area. That's really, really just striking. It's sort of purple and fuchsia, and oh yeah, that's the wyverns flying overhead. I really gotta say that the art team has knocked it out of the park for the design of these districts. I have a conspiracy theory, like I have a tinfoil hat theory, because we've seen a few comments about the lack of snowy areas. I have nothing to base this theory on, and it's probably wrong, but I think that maybe, what are we about to have an expansion? The last Titan that's like northern vibes, right? What if in the future expansions they give us another housing district where you could get another house? It's like northern vibe. Maybe that's the reason they didn't want to put any snowy areas. I don't know. That's something that I want it to be true, but I have nothing to base that theory on. That's like a, yeah, I have no evidence for that. I think it would be really cool though. Okay, so we have looked into our finalists. We have gone over World of Decorcraft, which is big. It's big. Oh, can you see this? Amazing and cool new type of housing competition. Reality type housing competition. I don't think our chat is working here, is it? No, it's not. Oh well. That is the prizes and stuff. So now that we've done that whole recap, and you know that I am your HOA commissioner, essentially. The power to evict anyone. And, you know, we've checked in with our builders who I think aren't getting a whole lot of rest right now. I checked on Discord and I see people up all hours of the night. You know, I've seen a lot of activity quite late. So I hope that y'all are taking care of yourselves during build week and pace yourself, because remember, this is a contest that we are not judging based on like pure skill. Okay, this is not about skill. This is about the journey, the creative process, and it's about you being able to make something that is inspiring and cool, or like express yourself. You know what I mean? So we'll take into account your build week experience when we do the final judging. Okay, so I think that my Decorcraft video, yeah, there you go, you can see that. And signed merch from the WoW dev team, of course, is going to be I think my chat widget might have broke because we're on the WoW, the Warcraft channel as well, and I think that it's confused. I think that's what's up. Oh no, we fixed it. Yay! I fixed it. Okay, fantastic. It's a brand new overlay that I made for our stream today, so it was a little rough around the edges, but we got it all fixed. Okie doke. So next, this being behind the scenes type episode of World of Decorcraft, I wanted to talk about the like 300 people who applied but are not in the competition. Like I said, I read over 300 applications to find our 6 finalists that we've talked about already. And honestly, I thought that I would just be casting like a reality show host. You know, I thought that I'm just gonna be looking for people who can place a rug and like care about making things match and look decent, or excited about the future, right? But in fact, I ended up reading Like, man, I ended up reading like the 20-year collective diary of WoW community in the process of reading through these applications. I don't know if you saw the form that I put up, but the form, you know, I designed it to specifically ask the kinds of questions that I thought would get us interesting finalists that cared about housing. So I wrote essay questions on there. Okay. Questions were like, what kind of house do you want to build? In 300 words. What is your WoW story? What is the biggest challenge you think you'll face? Have you tried housing? Do you consider yourself a builder? Those were the questions. Those are all the questions. So you can see what I'm trying to get at, right? Try to find someone who will care about the contest, care about the competition. And, can you see that? Yes, you can. Oop. Okay, I got that fixed. So I ended up reading about, like, I felt kind of emotional several times while reading through the apps. And I wanted to talk about some of those today. You know, I read about people who had met their spouse in the game, people who are playing to honor the friends or family members that used to play but now are gone, like people that they've lost. I heard from people who had grown up, who changed jobs, who moved houses in real life, but were always able to find like that sense of home in Azeroth, coming back home to Azeroth. And I certainly can relate to that. You know, if you don't know anything about me, I can tell you that I actually lived in Ukraine for the last 10 years. Ukraine was my home, and I had zero plans to leave it. Now, I actually grew up in Louisiana. I'm an American, but I left America in 2013, and I was living in Ukraine, and Ukraine is where I started streaming. It's where I started my YouTube career. And Ukraine it was home. You know, I bought a house there. I have a house there still. I have a car there in the driveway. Okay. I was actually living in Bucha, which some of you might remember from a lot of the news that was around the time. Bucha got hit really hard, but fortunately I was gone by the time that happened. And so I'm just telling you this only, basically I left right before the war started because of all the warnings that we had gotten. I'm telling you this to let you know a little bit about why, for me, housing is such a important feature. Not everyone has a story like mine where they're brought all around the world physically or forced to leave home after home after home. But a lot of people can relate to the experience of being uprooted in their life, or the experience of having everything change, or having everything that you knew turn upside down. You know, this is actually, unfortunately, part of the human experience. And for me, I think it's fair to say that, you know, I started WoW in 2004, and I have been always able to come back to it anytime. And having it there for me as this like constant, as an anchor, is just so important, because we know we can't really rely on the real world to be as consistent. And having something like a place to call home online that can be more consistent than real life often can, it really matters. And so that is a lot of the type of stories that I was reading about in the application pile. And I think that's part of why it hit me so hard. I got emotional reading through so many of these. Because, like, you know, especially it's easy for us to get caught up in the, you know, complaining about the fixture budget and the, you know, I'm broke gold, but I'm asset rich now in chairs. And get in the nitty gritty of like excitement and stuff and lumber farms. But I think it's important to also remember why housing actually matters, and how it's about, you know, having a refuge. And for a lot of people, WoW has always been that. There have been many times in my life when everything was going really bad and WoW was the only way that I could personally like feel like myself and have a sense of stability and have a sense of like, okay, this is familiar and this is comfortable. And it means a lot. So some of these applications that I want to talk about, some of them made me laugh. Some of them made me cry, but I think it's worth sharing today since this is behind the scenes World of Decorcraft. This is, it's competition and the HOA rules are very strict. So I did have to pick 6 regardless of how many were pulling at my heartstrings. A lot of the concepts were just too good though to let them stay hidden in Google Drive. So I wanted to talk about those, open up the vault with y'all here today with a Tales from the Application pile. Builds that could have been. The stuff that was maybe just so ambitious. So let's see here. The first one that I want to talk about is, I'm going to anonymize these. I'm not going to say who it was. Okay, that's private because they don't know that I'm gonna be talking about the apps today. I'm completely anonymizing all of these. One of them was the Wandering Druid. So the concept was a living journal home for a Zandalari troll druid who has wandered around Azeroth for 20 years. He wrote, his home rests where 2 old trees bend toward each other. The house is not built so much as grown. A patchwork refuge shaped from driftwood, carved stone, roots, and memories. When you walk inside, you'll see it's not a warrior's hall, but a living journal of a druid who's truly lived. So they told me they'd been a veteran since 2005, that they reminisce about the days when every kobold was a threat. Hey, try hardcore. You don't think every kobold is a threat and you miss that? Try playing a little classic hardcore, and it's fun. I love hardcore. And they were talking about the glory days of doing 40-man raids, about remembering the dark portal opening, and they said you never really leave Azeroth. It waits for you, and that is true. You never leave. Once you get hooked, that's it. That's forever. But yeah, I actually do remember 40-man raids. I remember doing Molten Core with my guild back in the day. And man, it was awful. Trying to get everybody to be not AFK for literally 5 minutes was so hard. It was worth it when you were together and coordinating because it felt amazing. But people would go AFK every 30 seconds. It's like herding cats, honestly. Another app that I have here in my pile is from, yes, it was another here in the pile is The Witch of the Woods. The Witch of the Woods here, which is a witchy apothecary with like a gothic charm. And it seems like that's many people wanting to go with that, considering how popular the spooky plots are. Oh, how did that get thrown off center? We talked about this a little earlier today. How the spooky plots are the most popular right now according to the data. And here you can see some of them on screen. Your local Witch of the Woods vibe, a hint or two of dark magic or experimental alchemy may be waiting for you in the basement. Setting foot on my plot should feel welcoming, but it should also be a reminder to visitors that if they step on the flowers, they might wind up transfigured into something fit for the local river. Is that why that lake plot is so... Do we have a lot of, like, actual witches of the woods trying to do housing? They said that they were a vanilla vet who grew up alongside the game, and they now run a tiny guild of ne'er-do-wells and love hosting community events like costume contests and neighborhood tours. And by the way, if you've walked around the neighborhood district, what you're going to find is so many amazing little spots for doing community events. Like there's a stage somewhere on the map. There is like an amphitheater. There is benches. There's chairs. There's a bar. There's a brewery, you know, in the Alliance District with tables around. The Horde District has lots of like little meetup spots with campfires and stuff. And I think that's so cool. It's definitely... Oh, that reminds me of something else. Okay, quick aside. Reminds me of something else. Very quick aside. I've got to talk about this. This came up right before the stream started. Oh my goodness. Have you heard the rumors about getting married? Have you heard the rumors that maybe... Okay, it says, I saw this on Wowhead today. Is a marriage system coming to World of Warcraft? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What if it is? That would be so cute. As part of a recent housing early access trailer, some players noticed new activities taking place in the upcoming neighborhoods. In addition to the usual exterior customization, interior decorating, and neighborhood endeavors, Blizzard has possibly teased another upcoming feature of the system: player weddings. No way! It does look like that, but no, maybe it's just... Maybe they're just saying, look how creative you can get with the stuff you build, right? Probably. They don't. But then again, Blizzard, you can sell wedding packages. Queen Vixie, hello. Welcome to Twitch stream. I appreciate you coming by here. Yes. Debuff. Minus 1k gold. Yeah, just remind Blizzard that you can sell wedding packages of different tiers, like bronze tier, silver tier, platinum tier, okay? And, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. You can have maybe you can have a little Murloc giving you the ceremony. Wouldn't that be so cute? I would love that. While this ceremony initially appeared to be part of a community roleplay event, there we go. The official Warcraft YouTube channel appears to hint that this secret could actually be in the works. Did you guys just secretly announce player weddings? It won't be a secret anymore if you tell everyone in this comments. Oh. But what happens if you marry someone and then they marry someone else? You realize that you can't add marriage without also adding divorce. Yeah. That's just... what if they take the ring and, like, give it to someone else? Have you thought about that? I married my WoW partner 14 years ago, so vow renewal. Yes, that would be amazing. Also, congratulations. That is really beautiful. Player wedding ceremonies have existed in other MMOs like FF14, Ragnarok Online, and MapleStory, so it's conceivable that this type of content could eventually make its way to Azeroth as well. I think that's so cute. What do you think? Should player-driven activities be available? Yes, definitely. We need weddings. We need clubs. How expensive in gold is divorce? Oh, that's a good point. Fullbuster brought up the fact that in FF14, the situation is that depending on the package of the wedding that you purchase, some of them come with a mount, which is a huge mistake. Guys, if you do add weddings, please don't put a mount in it. Because we have it where people are getting married just so they can get the mount that's part of a package. That's not a good reason to get married. Will there be alimony? It seems so wrong to get married while being married. I think that is how it works in the other games, though. The mountain is your partner. Is there going to be a guild neighborhood? We already have our guild neighborhood set up on Alliance for NA and Alliance for EU. Right now, we are unable to make a Horde guild neighborhood with our alt guild, so I think we might have to make another guild for the Horde neighborhood. We're having internal discussions about how to go about that. $1,000 wedding package mount. Yeah! I'll marry my guildies for mounts. Right, and then you can pitch it to someone you like secretly and be like, well, it's just for the mount, you know? It's not like I like you or anything. You can be sundere about it. Anywho, that was just a little aside because I thought that was just a cute thing. And oh, there we go. We were talking about our applicant pile, and I wanted to walk you through some of the apps that I received. And I just told you about Witch of the Woods, and that reminded me because Witch of the Woods talked about the Witch of the Woods is not the name, by the way. I'm anonymizing all these applicants because they were applicants. But they mentioned community events like costume contests, and that reminded me of the wedding stuff, so I had to tell you about that rumor that I had heard. Actually, don't we have another giveaway to do? Is it time? Has it been 30 minutes since the last one? Any mod chat? Yes, giveaway time. It is time. Okay. Let me get going. So if you want a chance to enter our giveaway, you should type home in the chat. H-O-M-E. Home in the chat. Go ahead and type home in the chat right now if you want a chance. Oh my goodness, and guess what else? I just got a live update from one of our finalists. I just got word of an update from one of our finalists. Puffin has an update to share. Puffin said, hey, Zepla, I got an update. I hadn't really done any build-wise. Okay, I'm still trying to gather some furniture because it's really early on. We just started this event, so I don't expect anyone to really have progress right now. But I ran through all the old dungeons and raids that drop housing items. What? You did? Should hopefully start building tomorrow after I get my weekly mount rolls and raids and dungeons done. Okay. Hey, are there any weekly mount bosses? Actually, I'll ask Puffin. That drop decor? By the way, really funny thing about this this finalist, Puffin, who is currently working hard on Build Week for World of Decorcraft. I asked Puffin, hey, what plot do you want to build on? And Puffin said 17. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I don't really know what plot that is. I just like the number 17. That's so crazy. He didn't even check. He did not even check. He just said, oh, 17 is cool. This made me laugh so much because it was just so bizarre. And I respect it. I can show you footage of plot 17. There it is. And while you're looking at that, we'll pick a winner for our giveaway. The winner is Ovrook. O-V-R-U-K. Ovrook, you have won Let me send you a Twitch DM right now. Please keep a lookout on your Twitch DMs as I prepare to send you your code. We still have 2 codes to give away. There you go, Albrook. Sent. Congratulations. And we have, like I said, 2 more codes to give away. They are NA. The next code we'll give away in 30 minutes. Not 6, 7. Well, the plots don't go that high. That's a good guess, though. 6, 7. Yeah. No, they don't go that high. There's only 50 plots. So, no. All right. Back to it here. Got that update from Puffin. I asked Puffin if any weekly mount bosses drop decor. I'm curious about that. Do y'all know if any do? Because I certainly would like to knock out 2 things at once. Do you know if any bosses from the Dragonflight raids drop decor? Because I like to try to do those for transmog. Those are really, really good transmog sources. Will we have to fight for a house, or will we all be able to get a house? Everyone can get a house. You do not need to fight for a house. The server will automatically scale up and add more instances dynamically as more people demand housing. So if you're in a district where it's almost full, the game will make another subdivision essentially that you can then build in. So it's not a problem at all. That's also true for the guild neighborhoods. It dynamically adds new instances to accommodate how many people want housing, which is wonderful. So we don't have this scarcity problem. It's also, I think it's 0 copper to actually get the house. So you shouldn't have any issue getting the house either. Yes. Dragonflight isn't legacy yet, so loot drops will be low. How does hopping between instances work? So, to hop between... Oh, let me... A second. Let me get... Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I wanted to let Puffin take a break. He doesn't have to stand there talking the whole time. Yeah. I gave him his little lean thing there. He can relax. Okay. Let me turn off his plot footage. There's a... You can see my Tauren jumping off of that huge diving board in Razorwind area. Hey, what's the Tauren say when he jumps off the diving board? Cowabunga. Yeah? Yeah. Anyways. Let's get back to it here. With our discussion about the applications that we talked about the Witch of the Woods, who mentioned, you know, experimental alchemy in the basement. A very interesting app that's gonna get a health inspector violation, most certainly. Next application that I wanted to mention was the one from the Sparkly Cafe owner. Okay. They said the concept was a magical cafe wrapped in glitter and good vibes, dedicated to dance parties and pets. Naturally, it needs a space dedicated to dance parties, pets, and a cozy little corner for enjoying your favorite cup of coffee. I'll definitely have a room dedicated to my 1,560 wonderful in-game pets. Maybe even an entire wing of the house. That is not a house. That is a zoo. So many! So they started in beta, actually, because their sister insisted. And they shared a pretty funny memory of a raid prank in Molten Core where the entire 40-man group hid outside of the dungeon while the raid leader tried to pull. which led to some pretty legendary confusion. Yeah, so they told me that their biggest challenge would have been, you know, wanting to explore and get all the new items, but also balance the time limit of our competition. Because like I told you before, World of Decorcraft, this is 7 days of building only. It's a pretty tight deadline to go from 0 to full completion and full realization of the idea, when we're talking not just inside, but outside too, and the lumber farm and the grind. So it is not going to be too easy. Yeah, have to give. Can you unlock your house to everyone, or is it player specific? You have to get permission. If you make like a hotel or a cafe, I think that you have to set your permissions to allow anyone to be able to come in and be in a public neighborhood. That's it. Yeah, you can make it public. You can make it friends list, or guild. That's right. So you definitely do have the privacy settings for that. Another applicant here. Wait. Okay. Yes. The Silvermoon Loyalist. So they described an idea for a deeply emotional sanctuary that reflects the sunbeams breaking through the spires of Silvermoon. They said, I want the home to breathe with history and have souvenirs for achievements and items chosen by my friends. Like, they said that they've played since BC. They have every achievement in the game. They said WoW is my main outlet where every IRL problem becomes easier. And I definitely could relate to that feeling. I definitely know how that feels, where you really, it's necessary to have something like that in your life where you can just escape from all the worries for a little bit. Rest is critical. And also having that sense of belonging and the sense of home in WoW now too is just, I'm so happy about it. I'm really happy about it. The next applicant I want to talk about is, we got a lot of role player applicants. Actually, I think it's because with the way I set up the apps with asking so many essay questions, only I knew that a lot of people would look at the essay questions and be like, nope. But role players won't. Role players are like, I can do this. I can write a paragraph. So we ended up getting quite a few role players who applied. One person said that they're gonna build for the Alliance and the Horde, like 2 versions based on their characters. So a Dark Iron Dwarf soldier home with like military items that he holds after retiring, toys for his dogs around. The Horde concept was a Maghar orc. You think they ChatGPT'd it? There was a couple that definitely used ChatGPT for it. Like, I think I'm decently good at spotting it. There was a couple that definitely 100% used ChatGPT. Oh, we got another update. Yes, there are weekly mount bosses that drop to core. I don't know which ones, but if I could find a list for that or an add-on for that, I personally would like that for my own use. I got an update from Radish. Radish has an update for us. New plot 16. Okay, let me see. Radish just got her plot. Now, if you don't remember, Radish is the finalist. I'll show you in just a second. Let me get the new screenshot loaded up. Radish. Okay. Ooh, can you see that? There's Radish. Okay, let me get the She just sent this to me, so I need to actually load it up in OBS so that you'll be able to see it. Don't mind. Radish just bought the house, so she hasn't started yet, but she is in Australia, so she's on a very different times than us. I think when we did our kickoff, it was super, super, super early for Radish. Radish has been playing MMO housing in MMOs for a very, very long time. You know, she had experience with running a player housing blog called Better Homes and Dimensions from Rift. And okay, Radish. Here is the screenshot. That's nice. This is where you can see it. And then I'll tell you what she said. There we go. Can you see it? Yes, you can. So that is the screenshot I just received from Radish, who has been doing player housing for ages and who has a mad science concept, who told me that her childhood dream was to be a mad scientist. And I think if you look into that blog that she ran, you'll see just how wild a lot of these ideas were. So Radish has just told me, my new plot 16, chose it by going to the first neighborhood offered by the system and choosing the plot nearest the town. So also choosing a plot kind of based on efficiency. That's pretty interesting. I think I know where plot 16 is. I think it's the one in the Bloom area of Razorwind. The Bloom being the cactus garden type area, which is one of the less popular areas. So, you know, I'm glad to see it. Of course, I think the early data that we have about how popular various plots are might not be that reliable yet, but that is our update from Radish. Okay, here we go. I put this on screen for Radish because she has the mad scientist concept and wants to build an entire town with shops, apartments, and all that good stuff instead of a house. So if she's just starting now, I'm a little bit concerned. I feel like she's going to need every second of that 7-day build week period. But best of luck to our friend Radish. Okay. So sad I can't build my house on the outside. He wanted to build a haunted mansion. I think that a lot of the housing exteriors are not out yet in early access, first of all. And secondly, I think it's still possible for you to do what you're imagining. Because, let me show you. I've been using this website called housing.wowdb.com, and this is amazing. You're gonna see a lot of really cool exteriors that people have done. Oh yes, like a Hobbit house exterior. Here's an example. Can you see this? No, you can't. There you go. Okay, so now you see what I mean. You can basically creatively get together some, in this case, it's actually, if you scroll down, it will show you what items were used in the build. So like hardy Razorwind grass patch that you can buy from the vendor right there in Razorwind. I think the door is made with a rug that was just flipped up to be the circular looking door. So even though all the exteriors are not in the game yet, don't let that stop you. You can creatively use different assets and float them and move them around so that you can build something that looks unique. I feel like this is doable, you know, just get some grassy stuff on top, put the rug sideways, put some planks and stuff in front of it. You can do it. You can do it. So just if you use a little, be creative and see the furniture not as it is, but that's what it could be, you know. I love this concept. It was posted here on housing.wowdb. Another thing that I might try if I have time, maybe today. I don't know how much more time I get. But the moonwell concept, I really want that. I really want to build a moonwell for myself. And this is a lot of the fun, I think, of housing, is these kind of creative solutions to those kinds of problems. But just check the Night Fae Renown vendor. Didn't see any decor added there. I noticed that some Night Fae stuff might be crafted. So you might want to check that to see if it's actually a crafted item using various Night Fae stuff instead of directly from the vendor. But, you know, it is early access, so they're not going to have everything available quite yet for what you're going to be able to do. So we talked about our role player app. We got the... Yeah, they told me that all their friends that they have came from WoW. Like, all their in-game friends are real-life friends now, and I think that's just really great. I think it's really beautiful. These friendships that you make online, they matter, and I think all of us, or most of us, should be able to relate to, you know, you meet somebody in the game who's in your guild or something, and they change your life for the better. You get a friend who's a real and a true friend. I know several people like that are in my life because of WoW. So another one in our application list I wanted to talk about is there was a guy who's a top 0.1% Mythic Plus player, and they wanted to build a library. Top 0.1% Mythic Plus player. It would be so cool. I wish I could do another episode of Decorcraft and you know, pull more of these applicants out, because there was just so many. They said that they started by backseat driving their dad's Warlock in vanilla from a little chair next to the desk. And now he's a top 0.1% Mythic Plus player who really likes doing 2v2 arenas with their dad. And I thought that was so nice. They'd never built a house in a game before. You know, they said, I grew up in Azeroth, not a builder in games. And so I think a lot of people might find that you actually enjoy building once you get a chance to try it in player housing today. I've seen that already. A couple of my friends, it actually happened last night. One of my friends got into housing who's like not very interested in WoW right now. Is just kind of busy and handling other stuff, not playing a lot of WoW. That's the most WoW I've seen him play in ages. Like, he got so locked in to building, and you love to see it. You know, it's very easy. I'll tell you that I had that experience when I started. When I tried the housing system in May at the housing summit. Man, it's like the 2 or 3 hours of building and decorating can feel like 15-20 minutes. The time just flies by. Another app that I got was from someone who said that they work in a hospital in real life. They're a full-time nurse, met their fiance in the game. They used to work side by side in a hospital caring for patients, and then they would go home and do 2v2 arenas. And they knew that it would be really challenging to be part of the competition because they have a demanding schedule being a nurse. But they said they wanted to build a minimalist home that grew naturally out of its surroundings. And in a cozy, minimalistic home perched with a breathtaking view somewhere. So I feel like I'm also going to have a minimalist build because I am out of gold. I can relate to that because yeah, it's minimalist, guys. That's the concept. Actually, I can show you some of my work. This is what I built already. Can you see that? Yes, you can. I don't know about it. The more I look at it, the more I don't like it anymore. But I tried to make like a living room area. There is the TV that I tried to make with like little on switches and stuff like that on the side of the TV. Maybe I have a better picture. No, I don't have a better picture. That's the best picture of the TV I have. And I also made this little spot, which is a hangout spot. I love the fairy lights. This is a gazebo that I floated up, and under that is an outhouse. It's a lot of windows. Well, actually, we were talking to get updates from our finalists today, and Eden told us that she made this right here. So, oh, crap. I lost it. Okay, there we go. Eden said that you can actually flip the windows backwards and they will be kind of more transparent and have a different kind of lighting. So I thought that was interesting. It might be worth experimenting with that if that's something that you're interested in. Yeah, just a thought. Gazebo. That's what that is. Yeah, I floated that. We are doing giveaways today. I still have 2 giveaways to do of WoW Epic Edition, Midnight Epic Edition, to give away today. Yes! Eden is off to a fast start. Do we have any favorites yet, sons? Che, Mav, Zionide, Eden, Puffin, and Radish. That is our finalist cast. And they are already hard at work on this event. And I think it's gonna be really good. I've got to actually meet up with them probably tomorrow, maybe today if I can, to do my little Tim Gunn visits. That's my concept for this competition. So because it's a reality show type format, what I'm gonna do is meet up with them, find out what problem they're having, and I'm gonna be like, so make it work. I see you're having an issue with the fixture budget. Well, you're gonna have to find a way to work around it. Can you scale down your idea? Make it work, right? And then we're gonna clip that and put it in the finale. So the finale on December 10th is gonna be so good. Y'all, I'm so excited about this whole concept. I really tried to build an event that would feel like reality TV. Today's episode is like kind of behind the scenes, casual chat. But December 10th is gonna be the big, I think it's gonna be the one that feels the most reality TV. At least that's my hope. Yes. Are we just chatting? Well, today I wanted to tell y'all about the event. If you missed kickoff yesterday, I am going over our prizes and our finalists so that we can see who you're rooting for in this competition. Again, just kind of reminding people about what's at stake here. Epic Edition codes. 4 months of game time for everybody in the finalist cast. 6 months for third place. In total, sweaters, mugs. 8 months of game time for second place, and first place gets a year of game time plus collector's edition plus the signed merch from the WoW dev team. So I think it's pretty good prizes. And of course the other thing being the see that? That is our finalist cast. Yeah, there we go. We were discussing Jay the Bard. A lot of y'all already know Jay. Jay is coming into the competition with no building experience and told me he's running on pure inspiration, pure creativity, has no idea what he's really how he's gonna execute the concept of an enchanted tavern. But Jay is really fun to have around, and I think he's gonna end up making something really, really memorable. Zionide being our guild master, competitive raid leader, shot caller, who's building it together as a group effort with his team, approaching it the same way he approached Race to World first. We got Puffin, who's a Gen Z Roblox gamer, who's coming at this from a totally different perspective from most of us. We have Mav, Radish, actually. Mav and Radish here, coming from old school, like, Rift Dimensions play. And, been working on housing in MMOs for longer than some of us have been alive. Eden is just started playing WoW 4 months ago, in August. And it's been grinding for decor 8 hours a day. And Mav, coming from cozy gaming community, you know, known for The Sims, known for Stardew Valley, wants to make something for the girly pops. So that is a very diverse cast, people coming in from all kinds of different experience levels and perspectives, and that was part of what made this so difficult for me to cast. You know, like I said, read through hundreds of applications, and the biggest challenge was finding a diverse cast that's also everyone has a different concept that's like gonna feel visually distinct from the next one. So yeah, I think we have pulled it off. I think we've pulled it off. And so I was going to tell you about that today, and of course talk about our application pile, which was so interesting and heartbreaking in some cases. I wanted to talk about, let's see. Oh, here's one. Okay, here's somebody who applied, and I'm anonymizing all the applicants. Gramps is a guy who applied and said, I want to be Gramps. I just want to build a porch in the shade and sit there because my bladder ain't what it used to be. That's literally what he wrote. That's literally what he wrote in his app. And I'm like, that's hilarious, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Another one was someone talking about the millennial struggle. You know, they said they can't afford a house in real life. Listen, this is a fantasy game for our generation. The ultimate fantasy is homeownership. So he's building a starter home. He said he wanted to build 2-bed, 1-bath. He actually almost made it into the finalists. It was very, very, very close. Another one. The guy sounds like a legend. I know. I had problems getting in touch with that person, unfortunately. And so it didn't work out. Another one was... Oh, it was sad. Oh my gosh. This app was so sad. I'm just making sure I anonymize it. But they wrote about friends. Like, they wanted to do a tribute to friends who aren't online anymore. And they, like, the people who, it says, like, last online 7 years ago. And they wanted to, like, build a monument to those people that are gone, and, like, put little mementos of their friends that they miss. Ooh. I was like, that's just gonna hurt too much. That's too much emotional damage. Like, we need defensive cooldowns for this that are not up right now. No. Another, we had so many people apply who were like Factorio players. Really. Like factory core intent. Is it time for a giveaway? Okay. Let's see. It is time for a giveaway. If you want a chance to enter the Midnight Epic Edition. Is it time for a giveaway? Granny, has it been 30 minutes? Okay. Has it been 30 minutes? Okay. 1 second. I have lost your chat. It's gone. Oh no, I found it. Okay. Ding. We're a bit delayed, actually. Okay, let me start this. If you want a chance to win Midnight Epic Edition, type housing in the chat. HOUSING. The giveaway is up and it is running now. You need to type it in Zepla HQ chat and you type twitch.tv/Zepla HQ. Go there and that's where you need to type it into my actual chat. The word housing to enter. Right now, you got about a minute to do so. So hop to it. This code does work for Europe, North America, Middle East, Africa, Australia, New Zealand. Yep. So you are good on this one. Don't worry too much. Type housing in the chat. Okay. Let's get back here. Now that you've seen that. Alrighty. So yes, today kind of a recap on World of Decorcraft, what it is, and you know, reintroducing you to our cast so that you'll be ready for the finale on December 10th. Maybe rooting for someone, worried about others, and just kind of giving you a baseline of what to expect for the next World of Decorcraft episode. So I was talking about our applications because, like I said, we went through hundreds and hundreds of applications. I went through hundreds of applications and found 6. One person said, I'm a 51-year-old gamer. I've been in the same guild for years. I used to be a raider. Now I just want to build a space to rest. Finally. Like, that's a beautiful story, and I'm glad for that, but I'm also glad that we're also getting people who are brand new and fresh, like Puffin, right? Because we don't want every single plot to be about a place to rest, because if that's the case, it's gonna feel like a little sad, I think. Someone said, oh yeah, I told you about the guy who can't afford a house in real life, so they just wanted to recreate their home in Azeroth. One person wanted to build a 100 square foot micro apartment, saying they just wanted to make a tiny space functional and beautiful, which I thought was very, very interesting, like self-imposed challenge. I think it might be worth looking into that for possibly a future housing contest to see how small people can actually make their build. I think that'd be really neat to watch. Okay, so let's pick a winner for this giveaway. The winner is at Leandrina. At Leandrina. Let me send you a DM right now. And I still have another code to give away. Congratulations on Midnight Epic Edition. I've just sent you your code. So there's still one more. If you haven't won yet, don't worry. We are doing that. Okay. Okay. Back to it. We talked about the micro apartment app, and we had quite a few people who applied that were like, they're professionals. You know, they have a lot of technical skill, and that's interesting. But I didn't want to overload the cast with that. You know, you want a variety of experience and skill. Like there was a professional 3D artist. There was a guy who applied that's like a plumber in real life, and that was really interesting. One person said that they play Minecraft semi-professionally. One person said they were a pastry chef. They wanted to approach the contest as if, like, to make it look delicious, which is very cool too. Yes, the next giveaway is going to be in 30 minutes. The Hall of Memories is actually a pretty common theme. I actually saw several people with that kind of concept. People who were wanting to like build a nod, like a memento, visual representation of people that they met, or like the memories that they had, and I thought that was really cool. So many people are wanting to do something like that. One person said they wanted to make a wedding venue, but if rumors are true, you might not have to do that yourself. You know, earlier we were discussing the rumors about potentially a wedding being added to the game as an official thing, and I think that would be really good. I hope they do that. And there was several like chaotic ones. Someone wrote that they they said, for a long time I've joked that we're just homeless gremlins running around killing planetary threats. I want to build a murder hobo den that reflects that chaos. The secret of the app. I'm like, that might be a bit much. I don't know. We should have that. Another person wrote they had 5,000 hours in The Sims, and one person writing about their Pinterest board with like 14 different sections on it, all planning stuff for their house build. Yeah, so here's one. Sentimental tribute to Suramar. This is a zone that inspired them to study game art, and they're now an aspiring game artist because of Suramar. But I think a lot of people are actually going to have that experience with Silver Moon City. Silver Moon City is just stunning. Hi, Rob. Hello. Hi, Healing Hug. Yes. Lots of people who've met their partner in Azeroth are like really interested in housing, and I think that makes a lot of sense because it's like you can finally build this little space for your family. You know, you are a family. This person described themselves as a former ugly duckling player who was nurtured by a supportive guild, and I thought that was really sweet too. Hide this. I'm showing you Alliance housing areas, which is pretty interesting footage that I have now because so much of it is empty. You know, this is not really how the districts look anymore. If you've looked around lately, they are buzzing. Man, Razorwind Shores looks so good in sunset. Like the whole area and the whole vibe changes completely in there. One person's concept was for rewilding the yard. They wanted to have like kind of a natural ecosystem They said that they're undead main and they wanted to add spooky touches. So like, I don't know what that means. Rewilding the yard sounds like an excuse to not mow the lawn, you know? They said they wanted to make a simulated sky inside the stairwell. And they said they returned to WoW during the pandemic as an escape. They remember weeping, like literally sobbing, when they saw the changes to after Cataclysm and saw that Thousand Needles had been flooded. Y'all, I think we should drain it. I personally prefer old Thousand Needles myself. We gotta get all that water out of there. Another one was a Mechanome scrapyard concept, which was very, very tempting. That one almost made the top 6. They wanted to do a cozy junker gnome hideaway, aka a death trap. They said, once you go inside, it'll be like the inside of a dumpster, but it will look like a death trap to most people. They said that they play a Mechanome and claim to have the, quote, first good Mechanome transmog people have ever seen. So I was really, really wanting to see that, but unfortunately, you know, we had to be pretty brutal because there's only 6 spots for the finalist cast. But I do think that wanting it to look like the inside of a dumpster is a realistic goal. I can do that. I can probably. Yep. Did you have a question, Kalthus? You said, how come the dye I bought and used on my house doesn't stay between sessions when I log out? Or it will look dyed for me, but doesn't change visuals for my guildies. Did you apply it? Maybe you have to like click an apply button or something. That's my guess. Yeah. It would be cool if they had like mannequins that you could put armor sets on. Do they have something like that already? I don't think so. But I thought that it was, at least the weapon display was in the works. I haven't checked it on the live server yet, but at the housing summit in May, I did see an item that was called like weapon rack, and it was interactable. So I don't know if that's something that's actually in the build right now, but it definitely seemed like something that they were working on when I was there. So maybe in the future. Sounds like they simply won't stay between sessions after applying them. Yeah, it sounds like a bug, potentially. In general, the servers have been more stable than I expected this week. I actually didn't think that we would be able to really start our build week yet, but it's been pretty smooth. One person pitched an idea for a paladin sanctuary, and I think if I do another World of Decorcraft episode, I would really like to do one with like the class challenge, right? I would like to see a house that's made for each class and see who wins. But that's a lot of classes, and I wanted to keep the scale kind of realistic for this first time with Decorcraft. They said for their paladin sanctuary, they wanted to make a bar. Imagine like a chamber for reflection, old journals in a bar. And I mean, they wanted soft golden glows. But you can't just cast consecration on a rug and call it a day. Like, you need to do more than that. You're always in soft golden glows. You're a paladin. You walk in, you are the decor, if that's what you want. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring you in to the idea of the application pal. Walk you through a lot of that behind the scenes process, because a lot of it was really sweet to see, you know, what housing means to people and what their crazy ideas were. Okay, so I would like to maybe, we have about, would like to maybe experiment a little bit myself, if I can. I think it would be something that I can do a bit of. With about 30 minutes left. Oh, does that mean that we can do a giveaway? Actually, let me double check to see our timings. Okay, one sec. I'm just checking on our giveaway times because I got one more to do. So I think I can do it. Do I have one more? Yes. I need to wait a little bit. Okay. So I would like to experiment a little bit with housing myself. Oh, do I have another update from a finalist? Yes, I do. I have an update from Radish. Would you like to see it? Okay, let's see. Radish is our mad scientist contestant who has absolutely bizarre and crazy ideas. But I just got another screenshot update. From Radish. Okay, let me move this so it's not on top of everything. This is the photo I just was sent from Radish. Radish says, townhouse, 40 minutes to build. Wow. So Radish built this in 40 minutes only. Nice. Shout out to you, Zepla, for doing this World of Decorcraft. So happy you got it going. Thank you so much. I've poured everything into this event. I've spent the last month brainstorming, planning, organizing, and deciding what it should be, how it should be, who should be involved, and really like having meetings with Blizzard, going back and forth with them about the plan, and finally settling on something that we all thought that could and would work. And I'm really, I'm just overjoyed that so far it's going well, that we have such an amazing cast of finalists, and it's like, it's wild for me to see this like sort of dream concept come to fruition. And I'm learning so much along the way of myself, you know. I built all these little puppets that I had so much fun making, and collecting all the B-roll for the concept. Yeah, let me show you the update image from Radish, which I don't think was properly showing because I just had to add it here. There you go. Yeah. That was our first update of the plot that she just bought today. And then here is the new photo of the townhouse that she built in 40 minutes flat. So that is pretty cool and impressive. That is something she was able to, you know, throw together for our update today. I didn't require any updates, so I was just kind of curious to see how the vibe is and how people are feeling. I'm showing B-roll of Undermined for Radish and other B-roll of like Gilneas and stuff, because Radish's concept is a town. That's why this image is important. It's a townhouse facade because she's going to build a literal town. That's that's insane. That is just crazy. There you go. So I thought Gilneas, she said that she was inspired by the shambles. So I felt like Gilneas, this kind of gives you a good starting point maybe of like narrow alleyway, the buildings that are kind of towering over you, a cobblestone street kind of feeling, with hidden passageways, mad science labs. I'm really curious to see if she can actually pull it off in just 7 days, but based on the fact that she was able to build a townhouse exterior in 40 minutes, I think that it is possible, and I believe. I'm a believer. I'm a believer, for sure. Yes. Are you able to put more than one house in a plot? No. That's why that's so crazy. That's why that's so crazy. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Do houses have a guest book feature or item? Somewhere that you can say, love the windows, or sorry I clogged the upstairs toilet. I want that. I really do want that feature. We need that. This is, I think, super important. Oh. Let me see if I can get into my build right now. Oh. I haven't started yet. Have y'all started building? From what I'm hearing in the Twitch chat today, the word is that we are going to be farming a lot of lumber.
Work complete.
We had people in the chat today saying that they're watching the stream while actively farming lumber, and that lumber is, you know, live, laugh, lumber. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Live, laugh, lumber is a lifestyle that you're going to be living. Yes, I'm very happy to be back on my rogue as well. This isn't housing related, but just as an aside from me, I have tested sub rogue on the beta, and I was really happy with it. So I don't think you can see my gameplay yet. I'm just sewing our housing stuffs. Let me get the gameplay back up.
Work complete.
Yes. See my house. So this is the plot I chose. Ooh, it looks so good right now because it's sunset. Oh my goodness. I got such a good plot. It's so pretty. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's my house right here. I was surprised that this isn't one of the most popular plots. You know, checked that housing plot data that they've come up with that's been posted on Icy Veins and all that. And yeah, this plot is actually not the most popular one. Did Sub Rogue get tweaks? Oh yeah, in the most recent beta build. Rogue got a huge update. Oh, now you can finally see. It's a little bit delayed. That is my plot. Yes. You can see that now. Yeah, sorry about that. Can't you see? Yes, you can. We're buying... What? Oh no, it's gonna start to rain! No! No! Don't rain right now. I'm trying to look at my house at sunset. Dang it! Oh no. Cut it out. Oh no. I mean, it's still pretty, but in my experience on the beta, the time for how long it rains is really, really crazy. Like, I've seen it rain for literally 5 minutes, and then I've seen it rain for days and days without stopping. So I don't know if that was a bug, the time that it was raining for literally days. I'm impressed how my friends all have different favorite plots. There's a pretty good range. Yeah, I was really surprised by that too, and happy about that. It shows that they really put the effort into making it feel, each plot feel like unique and like it has something really cool going for it. When I talked to the housing devs, they told me that they actually did internal testing where they sent people into the housing area and they checked to see which plots are popular and which plots are not popular. And then if a plot was really unpopular, they would add something to it to like make it better and make it more cool and desirable, so that most plots should feel like they got something really cool going for them. And I do appreciate that. For the Horde ones, I couldn't find a bad plot. Yeah, there's no bad plots, I think. Is it giveaway time? No, not yet. About 10 minutes or so. Yes, in about 10 minutes or so. But yeah, back on the rogue. Finally. Because I'm pretty happy with what's coming in Midnight in terms of subtlety changes, but that's not a tangent I'm gonna get on right now. We are in our guild neighborhood. So did our guild completely fill out the neighborhood already? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I think that one of the most popular plots was actually this one right here. I'm gonna snoop around and see how our guild is doing. Right here. Yeah, I think this was actually one of the most popular ones. Right here. Next to what I consider like the lifeguard tower. Right here. This is the beachy plots. These are my faves because my main issue with the spooky area is that you don't really get changes in time of day to the skybox. Like, it's always just kind of the same lighting in there, and I like having the variety throughout the day personally. Oh, this is cute. So they've added some things where there's like a little, there's coffee on the table, there's a book. You can sit here and write your novel. Oh, that's so cute. I heard that there is a hidden cave in the housing district. Is that true? Where is it? Oh, wow. What? I see you. Okay, whose house is this in our guild? Havrin! It's Havrin's house. Oh, this is nice. Man, you've already got to work. You got like a little patio you made. Oh, that's so cool. I've actually not gone around the guild neighborhood yet, so. Does Zep have a novel to write? Oh, yeah. Okay, here. Let's see who else has gotten work done on their house exterior. I feel like when you add all this stuff, it kind of has a schoolhouse vibe. I love the chimney, though. We got cobblestones. Oh, hey! Hello. Okay, bye. I'm just being creepy right now, huh? I'm just kind of showing up to people's houses. Well, I'm the guild leader, which means it's like an HOA inspection. You know, I'm inspecting right now. I'm making sure that your grass is exactly 2 inches high. I really, really love this plot right here. This is one of my favorites that I didn't pick for myself that I love. So there's a waterfall with a rainbow. And then there's two plots right next to each other above the rainbow waterfall, and that are so cute. And like, I think these are the cottagecore plots in my mind. They're right by this beautiful waterfall with a view of the ocean, and there's a lot of flowers and mushrooms and this cute little, you know, walkway, the path, the dirt path. I just love this plots right here. This one and this one. It's plot 48 and 53. I think are really, really strong. There's a sheep. I think this is good to pick if you are like gonna build here with a friend. Like if you want to build right next to your friend, this feels like a really good place so you guys can be next door neighbors, because they're kind of isolated from the other houses. It's kind of just two plots by themselves in this cute area. The giveaway time? Okay. Let me land. Okay. Let's see. Give me a second, y'all. I'm getting our giveaway set up. Okie doke. If you want a chance to win this giveaway for the Midnight Epic Edition, type HOME in the chat. HOME. HOME. In the chat right now. In Twitch chat on my channel, twitch.tv/ZeplaHQ is where you need to enter that. It won't work if you do it on the Warcraft channel. You need to put it in twitch.tv/ZeplaHQ. Type HOME in the chat. And I'll let this run for about a minute as we are exploring my guild neighborhood. Only Buns is open if you want to. If you're looking for a guild, you're more than welcome to join ours. We do have the guild neighborhoods up on Alliance. Tend to be an Alliance leaning guild, but I think we might soon be making the Horde guild. Obviously, your Horde character can use the Alliance house, but ooh, this is really cute. What's this? What is this right here? This cart? Ooh. It looks like from Gilneas, maybe? Yeah, it could be. Okay. Oh, we have a garden. Oh my goodness, I love the garden. That's so nice. So we have a cobblestone path that goes into the house. A little garden made here. Ah, that's so cute. You've used the brown leaves as the soil. That seems like something I should definitely do. I need carrots, obviously. I need a carrot garden. I don't know if there's a carrot asset that I can use, but I need it. This is almost like a moonwell type thing. Ooh. Very cool. Okay. You took plot 27. What general area is that? Here it is. It's at the front. That is in a suburb. Oh gosh, I know this neighborhood really well. I already know what your plot is like. Plot 27 is basically what I would consider to be one of the suburb plots of the hub. So this is the hub, and this is sort of like a little subdivision. Your particular plot has a private little lake and a little waterfall on the other side of it. So I would say it's a convenient and cozy little plot with some nature around, but it's not exactly remote. You know, it's convenient to the town center. You will have some turtles in your backyard. You got a little lotus pond. You got fishing opportunities. I'm basically the realtor for the districts, guys. I am your realtor for both districts. That's how much I know about these spots. I spent all of the alpha and beta working on my housing videos. Okay, the winner is Jesselyn. Congratulations, you've won. Let me send you a Twitch DM right now. Congratulations, Jesselyn. You have won the Midnight Epic Edition key, which I'm sending you right now. Congrats, and thanks to everyone who entered that. I hope that you're enjoying early access to housing so far. I think that this is a game changer for World of Warcraft. You know, this is something that it's gonna fundamentally change what it's like to play. It's going to bring in a lot of very different kinds of gamers. Wow, this is so crazy. So you've got floating trees. What? It's like a mage house, right? Can I actually land on these trees and like hang out? Yes, I can. That means you can build jump puzzles outside, doesn't it? Yes. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This means like you can build so much on your property, like vertically. Oh no. Oh no. You got that verticality mindset. That's really cool. What is the floating house back here we have? So you can float the house itself? Not just stuff? No way! Oh my gosh. Can you see this? This is just... Is this a jump puzzle, actually? I can't jump on it. It's too... it's too high. I have to use the mount to get on the first one. This is insane. Yeah, check it out. You gotta be able to, like, walk up here. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna try it. Oh, yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you can. Oh my gosh, you can. It's a jump puzzle up to the house! Oh my gosh. Oh no! I failed! Oh no, I failed. Oh, you can actually jump up from the bottom. Yes, you can. You just have to get good, basically. Oh man. Look, all this Guild Wars 2 experience I got lately, this is coming in clutch. Okay, okay. Oh. I'm bad at this. Zep is so bad at it. Zep is so bad at it. Okay. I'm insanely bad at the jump puzzle. Maybe the Guild Wars 2 experience is not coming in clutch after all. Okay, we can do this. We just gotta focus. Okay. Okay. Gotta... No! Don't. Do not laugh. Do not laugh. If this happens on the finale, like if somebody builds a jump puzzle on the finale and I can't do it, it's gonna be so embarrassing. I better practice now. Okay, 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 okay. We're doing it. We are doing it. Okay, okay. We've almost made it. Yes, yes. I made it. I have made it. I can't believe they let you do this. You can float the house up into the sky. When this person said, "Get off my lawn," even the house listened. True. When you get to the top, you unlock swimsuits. It wouldn't be a Zepla stream if gravity didn't win. That's actually very true. These griffins are supposed to be flying way overhead, so now you just have them watching you like, what the hell are you doing? You're like invading the griffin's airspace. Okay. What's inside? Or did you spend all the time on the outside? Oh, it's Hippone's house! That makes sense. Hippone is a mage. So it has to be magical and floaty. Nicely done. Oh, wow. Senpai noticed. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yes, we are. I'm really, really impressed. But it's also like, okay, what if you build and someone builds right in, like you have a beautiful view and then someone builds like a gigantic wall of rocks right in front of your house. That's a worry. It can happen. They like build a huge wall just to ruin your perching on the mage house. Yeah. Have you seen the new rideable hot air balloon toy? What? No, I haven't. Yeah, incredible work, Hippone. You should apply to be in the next housing competition. We are here, this is my first time actually exploring the guild neighborhood since we started it yesterday. And I don't have a ton of time left here, but I did want to snoop. You saying that I should, that's what I should do in my suburbs, is block off my neighbors? Like I have a gigantic wall to hide. Do not do that. Because did you know you can actually, you can report people for inappropriate decor. Like I don't think that counts as inappropriate, but what does count as inappropriate decor? I wonder. Oh, wow. That's the, that's from the Warden's rep. I remember seeing that on the Legion Remix vendor, which is, man, it's like housing gives you a reason to do every kind of content in the game that you might have been putting off. Oh, what do we have here? Is there a limit for how high we can go? Ask Hippone, because Hippone is the one who built that floating house. Hippone, is there a, did you run up into the limit for height? By the way, you did a great job yesterday, Zepla. It was an enjoyable stream. I'm so happy to hear that, Rob. I have poured everything into World of Decorcraft, and today I wanted to, you know, with this opportunity to take over the Warcraft stream, I wanted to, you know, give you a little update on our contestants, reintroduce our finalists for those who missed the kickoff stream yesterday, and get you ready for the finale stream, which is on December 10th, which is very, very soon. So the finalists have 7 days only to build, and they are hard at work at it already. And so we can only wish them the best of luck in their endeavor here. Yes. So please look forward to the December 10th finale. And yes. Inappropriate decor is such a slippery slope because it's subjective by default. I think that's true. I think that's fair to say. Yeah, Hippone, did you say how high up you can build? In any case, I think it's time for me to wrap up here. Thank you so much to the Warcraft team for sponsoring World of Decorcraft as a concept. And thank you for allowing me to take over the Warcraft stream today. Appreciate that. And y'all keep an eye out to December 10th for our finale stream for Decorcraft. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to be ending our Warcraft stream now. Thank y'all. Thank you. Okay. Thank y'all so much. Have a great night and enjoy building. If you're looking for a guild, you're more than welcome to join ours only buns. And you're also more than welcome to check out my World of Warcraft YouTube channel, Zepla's WoW Realm. I hope you enjoyed today's sort of behind the scenes episode for World of Decorcraft, and I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye.